Hi everyone, welcome. I know I haven't been here in a while and gosh, I can't tell you how much I've missed it. My work has just been incredibly busy and my Etsy orders have been incredible. And I don't know why. Just all of a sudden, business has taken off. I mean, 1,500 plus sales on Etsy. I have a record number of new subscribers, which I'm thrilled about. Things are going really well. And I haven't been doing, videos as frequently as I want to. And I'm trying to change that, but it's quite challenging. So what I'm going to do today is I just decided to do just a 1 pound loaf of soap. And I'm going to give it away too. More information about that later in the video. But I'm going to do a 1 pound bar of soap, loaf of soap. This will make like 4 nice sized bars. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure. I'm going to make 2 colors, a little bit of white, and then the rest I'm going to do my thought is to do, this is my sage, thyme, rosemary, I have oregano, all those coloring this oil, and this has been going for a little over 6 weeks, and it's a nice color green, and that's what I'm going to use to color this soap. And I thought I would do a gradient separated by a white line. I haven't done anything like this in a while, and it just seemed like a fun idea. So come along and let's get started. So I have my aloe vera here and my oils. So I'm just gonna stir that in. And I'm going to keep this very fluid. I'm not going to use the stick blender even on this. It's not necessary. And because of the colors, I'm going only with cedarwood essential oil. It's one of my favorites, maybe because it's one of my favorite trees here on Soapy Oaks Farm. We have a lot of eastern red cedar, and I just love them. And so the smell of cedarwood is just one of my favorites. And I don't think of it as a masculine fragrance. I think many people do. And yes, a lot of guys do like it. But you know what? I've had equally as many females tell me how much they liked it. All right, so I'm just stirring this by hand. But I am going to switch to a whisk just to make sure I get it good and emulsified. No, I'm not wearing gloves, but I'm dealing with such a small amount here, I just didn't see the need. You can yell at me if you want. Yeah, it's been really, really busy at work, but I am really enjoying it. I'm getting to meet so many wonderful people. There are literally hundreds of people. And it has been, yes, taking a lot of time. And I haven't met them all yet by no stretch, but I'm getting there. And I'm just loving what I'm doing. More than even I thought I would. And that makes me so very happy. I'm just really fortunate right now. I feel so very lucky. When I hear about so many people that are unemployed, having trouble finding positions, I know how lucky I am, and don't think a day passes that I am not grateful for what I have. There are times I know that sometimes I talk about the farm here like I want to leave here. And as I've expressed in videos before, a lot of that's because of well, all the people I ever loved died since I've lived here. And so that can make for a depressing life. But the more I've thought about and planned on selling and moving, something inside me has kind of awoken, and there's a voice inside me. Don't call it a split personality. It's not that. It's just my common sense, I believe. I hope. But there's, this thought has come to me that, while the loss of those, people that I loved in my life being gone is sad, that's also what makes this place so special, is that this is where that love and all that came from. There is a piece of beeswax on there because I had this dropper over when I was making some candles, and a drop of wax landed on there. But like I say, a lot of happiness has come from this, and sure, I could leave it, and I think I'd be fine wherever I went, whatever I do, I would be okay. But I think if I ever leave here, it'll be for a different reason. I always thought I would leave here because I was depressed or sad by it. There we go. But I think if I ever leave here, I'll leave here for a more logical reason. Like I'm at an age where I can't manage by myself, or I decide I want to live near my extended family in California, try to establish relationships with folks that I love, and I've just, because of the distance, I haven't been able to form the kind of, keep in mind, I didn't meet these folks until I was 30, right? So we've sporadically got to see each other, but I don't think it's been enough for us to really, learn all we can from each other. And doesn't everybody want that? All right, so this is going to be white. So I'm going to put in just a little bit of my titanium dioxide. See there? I told you I was tired. I didn't tell you I was tired, but I'm a little tired. All right. Now I think I can use my little power whisk on that. Get it here. There it is. This little coffee frother I think is just fine for mixing in the TD with that. Because it doesn't have to be white. It's just a separating color. Actually, I want it a little lighter than that, because this is going to be sort of a gradient color, and I want to make sure that there is a good separation. So in here, I'm going to mix a bit of this to try. I'm going to do 2 squirts. I think it's going to take a little more than that. Let's try that. I just want to get it started. There we go. There, that's what I was wanting. Kind of a little bit of the yellow-green to start with. All right. So I'm going to start. Here, let me zoom down because I realize that's a small mold there. So I'm going to be a little quiet while I do this, but I'll try to chat with you a bit too. So I'm just going to pour in. I'm going to count to 2. 1, 2. Then I'm going to count to 1 with this white. 1. All right. Then I'm going to add more color. And mix. But you know what? I do think, there we go. I needed to scrape the bottom of it, so I'm going to put a tad more of the green there. So just 2. 1, 2. And we're going to do 1. Color. All right. Oop, let me turn off. Still have the little mixer on. 1, 2. So as you can see, this is going to take a little bit of time. So 1, 2. And 1. Two. And 1. Oop, went a little thicker with that one. Oop, my pipette popped apart. There we go. Let me wipe up here. Now, I do think I've got enough of this, and now I'm going to switch over after this pour. Got a little more white there than I wanted. But I'm going to add a little bit of activated charcoal. Move this over here out of the way. This in. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit, that at a time, to start darkening this slightly. Oop, didn't want to bang it yet. 1, two. One, two. Give this a good whip up here. Oop. I know right now you're probably thinking, Patrick, we don't see any change in that color. And it is so very gradual, maybe too gradual, and then suddenly get real dark. This was just a fun thing I wanted to, and I think I'm pouring a little too thin, maybe. I tried to keep it thin so that I could get some fine lines, but this may be a little bit more fine than I had intended. And I love the mistakes. I just, ooh, boy, that's dark. Okay, so it's going to start getting much darker, maybe a little too soon. So I do think I'm going to increase my pours now a little bit. So instead of 2, let me get this a whisk. I can see some separation there. So I'm going 3 with that one. Just put a little in that time. I don't want this to get so dark that there's no differentiation. And see what I jumped a little too much in color. There's nothing I can do about it now. So I'm just gonna go with it. What are you gonna do, right? So I'm sorry, I'm not talking too much, but I have so missed I love doing videos. And I never thought it would, because quite frankly, when I first started on YouTube, it was, like I've told you before, it was just to meet people and not be alone, because I, had been a hermit for far too long and needed some company. But now, I have developed, it has really helped me to be a bit more outgoing in my physical outside life as well. So, I'm going to do a little bit more, and then I may actually try to lighten this, go the other direction. I'm not sure yet. Oh, I boo-booed, didn't I? Well, that's Patrick. It's the Patrick Show. If you want to see a screw up and things go wrong, and a man who can't sing a song, come along and watch me fail. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit of that STD back in there to try to lighten it a little. So it's not going to be so much the gradient that I first envisioned. It's going to be something a little different. Not sure that this is working. So you know what? Now I'm going to add more dark. Because that's how I roll. This is fun. You know, and that is what I love. That's one of the many things that I love about soaping, is that you can be so adventurous. You can try whatever you want. And there are no true fails, right? I mean, goodness knows. I forgot to put in some white. Goodness knows that some of the best discoveries have come from accidents. Cures for diseases and for conditions have actually come from mistakes. A prime example. I think it was a blood pressure medicine that was just kind of okay, but it helped to grow hair. Viagra, the medicine for, well, you know what it's for. That came from another medicine. You know, it didn't work in one area, but it works in another. There are several things like that in medicine. Oh, I need to pour slower. Yeah, I over poured that a bit. It's gonna mess up my line, but what are you gonna do? Just go with it, right? Go slow, Patrick. Right. This is getting thick. I need to give it a little stir. I haven't talked much about, oops, I forgot the other mix. I haven't talked much, I know, about what's happening in the world, because we all know what's happening in the world. Did you actually, a couple of my videos where I've talked about what's going on in the world, YouTube demonetized. That just means they don't allow me any commercials on my channel to run on those videos. and make any money. It's not like you make very much money, but 100 here and 100 there does help. But they apparently don't want us to talk about politics. And even though I don't consider it really politics, but I consider it human rights. But I digress. They don't want me to talk. I can do without the money. That I can live with. But I can't do without being here and doing what I do. I love doing this. And I love the feedback I get from you all. And I'm not talking about, I don't need to be told that something's good or that I'm doing a nice job at it, any of that. That's cool, that's nice, it's sweet. I love to hear comments from you all and questions, and I think that's just absolutely terrific. But my ego gets stroked every time I go out and play with a baby goat. And in this video, actually, I'm going to put, just a moment here, I'm going to put a video of a new baby Susie. She was just born yesterday. Well, it's now the next day, so she was born 2 days ago. Oops, I didn't add any to that. All right. Okay. Oop, almost made a boo-boo. All right. But I support everybody, but I want to point out, I'm going to try, I've said this before, and the truth is, it's not that I don't care. I want you to know, I forget. I really do. I say things in a video, and if I don't go back and watch the video, I forget what I said. Maybe it's age, maybe it's something else. But I want to start, oops, I just made another mess. I want to start focusing at least another soaper in each of my videos and just highlight them. And if for no other reason, just for kinship and fellowship, and maybe to help out another channel. Here I am at 4,000, by the way. I've just realized this today, that I'm actually over 4,000. It shocked me. Shock is the wrong word. I have not been watching it. Well, I ain't not gonna say I haven't watched it. That would be a lie. Yeah, I've watched it. But I thought it was another week or two away, and I was just amazed. But one thing I've noticed, and I'm sure some of you other channels have noticed it too, some of these people subscribe and they never comment, they never say anything. And sure, there's some people that are just shy and may not talk much. But they have channels that are so divergent from anything I do. I wonder why in the world they're here. I'm like, what could they see in this old man making soap? But if they're here, they're welcome. Everybody is welcome. I don't care what country they're from. I don't care what religion they are. I don't care what color they are. I don't care if they're man or woman or old or young. I just love that there are new people coming. And if you don't want to say anything, don't say anything. I'm okay with that. You just be who you are. Be the best you are, too, wherever you are. Yeah, I kind of boo-booed on that last bit, but I'm running out of soap here. I think it's getting a little thick on me. But, and I'm definitely almost out of white. I guess I should have made a little more. Yeah, I'm just getting little dots now. Okay, so that's done. So I need to just go ahead and so I wonder what I can do. I can just start changing. I love this. Why not? It goes from light to dark, from light. Now it's kind of a gray color. I'm kidding. I know this is odd. Wasn't how it started. But isn't it fun? I just have such a ball making. Isn't making wonderful? That's the end. Ooh, you know, if I cut it this way, it kind of looks like a rising white sun, or I'm not sure. It depends on if it's upside. I don't know what this is going to be. It's different than what I originally started with and what my plan was at the beginning. And isn't that fun? Don't you love it? I sure do. That is one okay soap. Zoom in a bit. So it's a little rough, right? It's not perfect by any stretch, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to give it a spray with a little alcohol. And I'm going to let it sit, and we're going to wait for magic to happen, and then we're going to cut it. All right. One thing I wanted to show you all was, because I like to always gel all of my soaps, when making one of these little loaves like this, oop, careful, careful. I have this little igloo cooler. And it fits perfectly. And I can just zip it up, like so. Careful, Patrick, don't move it. That zipper is stuck, so. Oh, there we go. And then I just let it sit and gel. And then we're going to cut it in a little bit. All right. Okay. So, I've taken this, or taking this out of the mold, I hope. Oh, there it went. Okay. All right, so there we have it. All right, so actually, it was a little soft, so I actually put it in the freezer for a few minutes. Well, no, that's not true. 45 minutes, just to make sure I could get it out of the mold pretty cleanly. Seemed to work. But I did bang that corner a little bit on that one. But this was more for fun. So I'm going to let it come to room temperature here. And then we're going to cut it and see what we come up with. I do see some glycerin lines there. I think I got quite a bit of TD there at the end when I was trying to lighten it up a bit. But I have hope. So we'll cut it a bit and see what we've got. So I have let this sit as long as I can. I'm cutting it way too soft. And this was a soap that I made more as just an adventure in pour technique, not necessarily one that I certainly didn't plan on selling it or anything. If anything, I may throw it in some grab bags, that kind of thing. So yes, I'm cutting it too soon. It may even be too soft to cut. I'm not feeling great about that, but I just have to see it. This is anticipation at its best. With so much stuff going on in the world, we need those happy moments, don't we? So this is Patrick reaching out for a happy moment in a soap cut. So here goes. And I just decided on a size to cut it, but it is so soft. What I mean is I didn't measure the size I normally do. Okay, come on, I know you're soft. Okay, there we go. Well, come on, there we go. Ooh, look. Isn't that cool? I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I expected, but I kind of like it. Okay. This is exciting. Because I enjoyed the pour. I've tried so many different types of things. It's not that I meant to say I haven't tried as many exciting things. I'm not a terribly adventurous person when it comes to this because I hate to waste and I hate when things don't go right. And so usually I end up using those things, or like I said, put them in a grab bag. But I have high hopes like everyone else. When I make something, I want it to look nice. I hope that it comes out great. And that's why I was so anxious about this, because of that pour that I did. And I'm going to do that again, because if this is the kind of result, I just won't. I will have to be patient now that I know how it cuts. I just think it's so pretty. Just way too soft. But isn't that cool? I really like that. And maybe it sounds like I'm bragging a bit on the soap, but yeah. Okay. I like it. Okay. And I'm not the first. I've seen so many people do this type of pour, and they do it much prettier than, than I can do. But that's why this one is kind of exciting for me, because it's actually came out nice. I should have waited maybe another day to cut it, but I just had to see what it would look like. I probably would be a little more judicious with the use of the activated charcoal, but I like it. I'm pretty pleased. The green is much more subdued than I thought it would be. And that's just the end piece there, but come on. I'm just trying to be careful with it because it is so soft. But alright, so there is I don't know exactly what to call the pour. I know that some people, there are several different techniques that this kind of emulates, but I'm not sure that this qualifies for many of those. But I like the concept, and I'm going to play with this again and try some different designs, and hopefully Sorry, you're not able to see what I'm doing here. Hopefully I can master it, because I think it's a fun idea for me. And so I want to do this again. I really like, I think doing this very same pour like this, if I did it with browns and black, this looks like wood grain. It could look like, this looks like a knothole in some of the trees around here. That's what that reminds me of. So there it is. I don't really have a name for it yet. I will by the time, well, you already know the name because you're watching this video. I'm not sure what I would call it. Because of the variation, they're all a little bit different. I like that about it. And it's also the direction that I cut it. I turned it and cut it. If I'd cut it in the other direction, I might have got a different pattern. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you all have a great day. I'm really glad you're here. Okay, and I want you to know you're always welcome here. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing it. And if you could give me a thumbs up, it really helps the channel. That's what I hear. So again, thank you all. I appreciate you. I'll see you back soon. I've got another soap in a mold, so we'll be watching that video. Actually, you'll get another one from me, I hope, by tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.